Guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so today we're going to begin our math lesson. We are going to activate our prior knowledge from last week that you guys were working with Mrs. Estes. You guys were talking about multiplying fractions. You guys finished that unit. Now we're going to go ahead and start a new one with dividing fractions. But before that, we want to go ahead and have a little recap, a little review of our multiplying fractions. So, Miss Estes is going to be walking around and giving you a dry erase marker along with an eraser and a board for you guys to do your solutions on it. And as she's doing that, can someone tell me what is a reciprocal? Like if I put a fraction like this, a simple one, what's the reciprocal of that one?
2 over 1?
We flip it, thank you. And if I flip it, what number is going to go to the top?
2.
2. What number goes to the bottom? 1. Do you remember what this top number means? What's the name of the top number? Numerator? Numerator. And the bottom one?
Denominator.
Denominator. Okay, so do you have the boards? Nope. Okay, sorry. So as she's passing out these boards, please just make sure you are doing your solutions. No doodling around. Okay?
Okay.
No writing nothing more friends.
Sharing the markers, please.
I just want to make sure, we both want to make sure, Ms. Estes and myself, Ms. Camargo, want to make sure that you understood the concept from last week. So we want to do a couple of problems. Can you go ahead and multiply for me? 3/4 times 7/9. And go, when you have your answer, go ahead and turn it up. Your board. Okay, very good, Francisco. Very good. Awesome. Very good. I like how you simplified it. Very good, Leslie. Awesome, Victor. Good job, Zach. Good job. Muy bien, Marlene. Okay, so it seems that we all understood it very well. Now let's go ahead and do another one. A little bit more difficult. 3 1/2 times 4 2/3.
Can anybody raise their hand and tell us what you think you should do first in order to solve this problem?
Turn the whole number into a fraction.
Turn your mixed
Yeah,
number
mix
into
it,
a...
yeah.
The mixed number into a fraction. Okay, very good. So what do we do? If we need to change the mixed number,
Oh,
what's the
that's
first step that we do to change this into a fraction?
2 times 3.
You multiply the 3 by the what?
2.
And then the plus the 1. So then we're going to have 3 times 2 is what?
6.
Plus 1?
7.
7 over what?
2.
Very good. We're still multiplying, right? What about this one? 4 2/3.
12 plus 2.
12 plus 2 is 4 times 3 is 12 plus 2. 14 over 3. Now we can multiply. Do we multiply like that? 7 times 3? Or do we multiply across? Okay, go ahead and do that, please.
And once you find your answer, see if you can simplify it any further.
Very good. You don't have to simplify, that's what
Couldn't we times like this? Or is like straight? Okay. Thanks.
Good job, Zach.
That's what you like the long way.
Very good. Okay, so it looks like we understand this very well.
No.
Ms. Estes did a great job in teaching you how to multiply fractions.
All right, so for our lesson today, we're gonna go over our learning targets for our 5th grade math. Our learning target today is to apply and extend previous understandings of division to divide unit fractions by whole numbers by unit fractions. So we're going to be using our previous knowledge of multiplying fractions in order to divide fractions. And by the end of it, we should all be able to say, I can divide fractions. Can you say that with me? I can
Divide
fractions.
All right, thank you, Ms. Estes. All right, so we, as our little review, we saw we were multiplying, so we're going to find out that dividing fractions is not that complicated. We get a little scared with division, but this one is not that hard, okay? It's not like that long division that we were learning about. So my partner here, she did this poster for us to help us, so let's go ahead and go over that. Dividing fractions is easy, you'll see, you just need to remember.
KFC.
KFC. K stands for keep the first fraction the same. F, flip the second fraction. When we flip, what is that called? Reciprocal. C, change the division sign to multiplication sign and solve. So if I were to put division problem like this, 3/4 divided by 2/3. Following the KFC, K, what does the K stand for again? Keep the first fraction the same. Am I going to do anything with the 3/4? No,
No.
it stays the same. We keep it the same. Following the second step, flip the second fraction. This is our second fraction. So what's going to be my step 2? What is my problem going to look like?
You flip the 2/3.
So it's gonna be
3/4
times.
Divided.
We're just doing step 2. We're not changing the division sign yet.
Divide.
3/2. Very good. Our step 3, change the division sign to a multiplication sign and solve. Three-fourths times 3/2. What's our answer?
9/8.
9/8.
9/8. Now, from when we were multiplying, can we leave this like that, or should we simplify it? And if we simplify it, what will the answer be? 1 1/8. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you understand it. Thumbs to the side if oh, you're almost there. Thumbs down if you really don't get it. Okay, good job.
Oh, okay.
Have a lot of thumbs up. Let's go ahead and use our whiteboards again. And we're going to practice on our own. Just 2 division problems. Our first one will be 5/6 divided by 1/4. It's okay to raise your hand if you don't understand. Okay. Remember our KFC, if you're still not really understanding it, keep the first fraction the same, flip the second fraction, change the division sign to the multiplication sign.
I see many of you doing it different ways, and you all have the answers correct.
Very good.
So I like that you are all solving them the way that's easiest for you to solve.
Very good.
You too.
And that goes back to the concept of, you don't have to follow my steps, step by step. If you would like to, that's easier for you, but if you have your own way of learning, that is perfectly fine, as long as we get to our answer. So following this KFC model here that I have provided with you, we are gonna have 5, 6 divided by what? 4 over 1. And then if I continue, I'm gonna multiply, correct? Am I gonna add?
No.
What's my answer?
20 over 6.
20 over 6.
Did anybody else solve it a different way?
Oh, we simplified it. I simplified it. I mean, I made it into a mixed number, so 3 and 1/3.
You got 3 and 1/3?
Mm-hmm.
Did everybody get 3 and 1/3?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Now let's do one with mixed numbers. 3 and 1/3 divided by 1/2. And when you have your answer, just go ahead and show it up to us.
Sorry, 20 over?
Marty, ¿me puedes simplificar, por favor?
3, what was it? 3 and 1.
Great work, guys.
You picked the second one, right?
Oh, that's where I got it wrong. Okay.
You got 6. Wait, I don't feel
No,
2 nice.
Can we just leave this up?
But every time you find a mistake, right?
Or just flip the one. Wait, why did you flip it? If it was... Oh,
Is
I
it
got
this?
the wrong one. I switched the numbers.
I don't know the answer. That one? Sorry. 2 over 2 9.
Divided by...
Wait, I flipped it here.
So this
You
is
messed
10
up
over
with the
3.
2
10 is
thirds.
2 over
Thanks.
1.
Remember,
Thank you, Miss Margot.
There
we
it
have
is.
to keep paying attention to our numbers.
Ugh. 6.
20 over 3.
Okay, so let's go our attention now to the board.
Ah,
So to change our mixed number into a fraction,
So 6
we
over
said that we
2,
multiply and we add. 3 times 3 is equal to plus 1.
I hate math.
And I already did the reciprocal for us, so we are now going to change the division sign to multiplication. 20 over 3. But we need to simplify that still, correct?
Yes.
Did we get that answer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, very good. How do you guys feel about this? Okay, good job. All right, go ahead, Ms. Estes.
All right, so who can raise their hand and tell me if they have ever played Monopoly before? Almost everybody? Pretty much everybody? All right, so we're gonna be playing a game that is pretty similar to Monopoly. We're not gonna move yet, but we are gonna get into groups of 3. We're gonna have one board game for the group of 3, and then you're gonna have playing cards that the pink cards are the playing cards, and then the orange cards are the take a chance cards. You're gonna put them face down, just like you would the chance cards on Monopoly. I'm gonna give you a coin. That's gonna be your moving piece. You're gonna start at 0. And if it's your turn, you're gonna flip a coin to see who goes first, okay, in your group. So 2 people can do it at a time, and whoever wins can do it with somebody else to flip the coin to see who goes first. You're gonna start at 0. And then you're going to take one of your playing cards, the one from the very top of it, read it. It's going to have a multiplication, it's going to have a division of fractions on it. And you're going to try and solve your problem. Once you get your answer, you're gonna tell your mates in your group, and they're gonna tell you if you were right or wrong. If you were right, it's gonna tell you what to do on your card. Now it says, on some of them, this one is an example. It says, if correct, move ahead 1/2. So you're not gonna move to the spot that says 1/2, you're gonna move like each square is a quarter, so you're gonna move forward 1/2. So if you are over here on 1, it says move forward 1/2, you're gonna go to 1 and 1/2. Does that make sense so far? Okay, and then whoever gets back to 0 first in your group wins. Any questions so far? Am I missing anything?
No?
No? Okay. So go ahead and get in your groups. There's going to be 4 different groups, so you should have about 3 people in each group.
Okay, partners.
If you,
What's up?
Dr. Flores, if you don't mind joining, we counted you as one of the people.
I said I
Don't stop. You have to record me.
Oh, that's right.
Zach, do you want to do the Marlene?
Whoops.
Ay, ay, ay. Can we make some room, partner? Don't get a head start, partner.
Okay, so we need a third one with you.
A game piece. You 3 are together? Yes. All right, here are your game pieces. One for each of you. You 3 are together?
Yes.
A game piece for each of you.
Okay. Oh, I like the time. Sorry, friend.
What did we get wrong?
I'm worth a lot. Yeah. Oh, she's already playing. Okay, that's fine.
Said you got
What was it about the flipping coin?
Okay, now we'll go,
We're flipping the coin to see who goes first, I think. What about it? But how do we know?
it. Well, too late now. Surprise.
It is heads.
Alright.
and class,
So
you
that means
have
I
your
go
boards to do the solutions.
You go
don't know it
first?
at the top of your head.
I'll go
ahead and
second, she goes third
put the
because
solutions on your whiteboard.
we have to start.
So,
Okay.
so we start at 0, right?
Yes.
Okay, now.
And then you flip the playing card.
I flip a playing card?
Yes.
What if I want to take a chance?
No, you have to start with the playing card so you can get your equation. You need to solve that.
But
Híjole.
so
Good.
Okay, so you go first and then I'll go second. And then you go ahead and put your.
Okay, so if it's his turn.
What's the answer?
So your game pieces and your.
Oh, this is a big one.
I don't understand. So like, I got it right, I think. So now what?
Is that 113 over 40?
Where'd you get 113?
Because you're supposed to flip the second one. Isn't it 16 times 7?
On which one?
Like when you flip it,
Yeah, but you
yeah.
can simplify it even more. You just cross it out.
Cross it out.
So if we go back to our KFC, you're gonna keep the first fraction
Yes.
the same. Then you're gonna flip the
Yes.
second fraction. So then this one's gonna be what, 16.5? And then you're gonna change the multiplication.
That's why I got a big number.
So you're gonna be
113.
multiplying 7 8
Wait, hold on. Okay. 7.
times 16.5.
Hold on.
So
They can either.
7 times 16, what is that?
I don't know, but can't you like, can't you cross those, because isn't it like, can't you simplify it?
Oh my
So you don't
God.
have to worry about a big number? Because that
I got
simplifies to
233
one.
over 40.
And that's 2. So then that's 7 times 2 is 14. And 5 times 1 is 5.
Yeah.
113.
7 times.
Isn't that 40? 42?
You
Oh, I
guys
thought
are too
it was
confusing, that's
40.
what it is.
Stop it.
I took
Have like
112.
40 and 112.
Oh, so it's 32 over 40. Or
But obviously,
2 4/5. Is it
What?
2 4/5? We have to do it the long way, Devin.
have to do it the long way?
Sorry, we learned the long way. Yes, we got it now.
So I have
2
to
4 over
move ahead,
5th.
'cause I
How
gotta
much?
write.
How many?
And then it says
Half.
Yeah, you did it actually correct. We did it the long way.
We did it. We
Yeah,
did the
good
short
job.
way.
You see how we have different ways of solving?
So he moves half. Where does he move? Like half.
Okay, so what does your card say?
Correct, move ahead.
1/2. So then you're gonna move here.
What did you take? There you go. You take a chance. You were a penny.
Okay, so take a chance now.
32
I'm taking
over
a
40.
chance on life. You got this. I like these.
Did you do
Move
40
ahead a
divided
fourth.
into 1
So then you're gonna
Yes.
move here to the 3/4.
So you didn't simplify it?
I did 4/5.
So
How'd you get
we don't-
4/5?
So now
I
it's your turn in
divided
the second.
40 into 112.
Who's second? That's you,
I
right?
am, but she's still not getting it. I divided 40 into 112. Okay, well, move on. Do the next one. You already got it.
That's why I'm a history major.
Okay, so it's 3/8
Smile, Veronica.
divided by 3/4.
Curly white.
Here, 3/8.
What is it?
3/8 divided by 3/4.
And I got this chart in front of me. Hold on.
3/8 divided by 3/4.
So it's 1/2. Check me, did I get it right?
Yep. 4/8, which equals 1/2.
Like everybody's in the same spot.
12 goes into 24 2 times. Okay,
Wait, you
so
did the 4,
because I simplified it
but you divided it by 4.
by 12.
Oh, Jesus.
So you can either simplify it yourself. You can leave it. She could leave it here, just like that, and that'd be fine. She can simplify it, or she can make it into a mixed number.
Okay,
Either of those answers will suffice.
okay. So then I move ahead half, and then I take a chance too. What's it? It was right here. Oh, and they can move, I guess. Oy. You are moving to love. Oh, you're going to love this. Move ahead 1/4.
I think
I move ahead.
Move ahead 1/4.
Okay,
So each spot is 1/4.
okay. You're next, my friend. Like this. Let's see.
That's the wrong letters for that one. Yeah.
We need to
that's
check
like
you.
No, I'm not gonna let you guys win right now.
That's like a sucky face, not a
We need to check if you're doing it.
I know, but I need to get ahead of you guys because you guys go too fast for me.
So you
Too
can
long way.
either keep them like this, not reducing
Rough or
numbers.
long?
What's about
You
to
can give
say?
us the reduced number, or you can make it a mixed number.
It's a plain text.
Okay, here.
long.
So whichever way is easier.
Oh, that's
All of them are right answers.
This one?
It could be broken down. Yep.
It could be broken down more. How?
Turn into
I
a.
just did it
Oh,
by
like
7.
3 and 1/3.
Oh, I forgot to divide it. I just did it.
I mean,
But
it's
you
the
got
same
it
thing.
right.
You're good.
So now,
Yeah.
there, because you were sad on the other one. There you go.
Good job, Veronica.
I didn't
Now,
do it right still.
so now you
You
move.
have a whole team that's helping you.
Where's your pink paper?
Hold on.
You move half. Oh my goodness.
I move half
Yes.
to this one to take a chance.
Yes.
It's good. Take a chance.
Take a chance. Yeah. Oh, it's already time. Oh, look at me.
Things are
I'm
looking
doing
good. Move ahead to 3/4. Yay!
That's one.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Let's try that one more time, class.
Yes, yes.
All right, we are about to head over until lunchtime, so we need to wrap up our game right now. But I want to know what you learned today. So, what can you do?
Divide fractions.
Let's all say that together. I can.
I can. Oh.
All
divide
right.
fraction.
Great job. Is there anything else we need to end this with?
No, I think we all understood it. Thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
All right, good
Great.
job, class.
All right, we'll see you after lunch.
Good job, ladies.